the county council members provided some nominations to the executive, and the executive has provided her appointments, and our job is to confirm that. We're not going to vote on it tonight, but we're introducing it. Mr. Wine, do you have any comments about this resolution?
Not as specific as Mr. Flanagan presented this morning. Generally, basically it involves, it's a culmination of discussions with NDE relating to... Oh, I'm sorry.
We're on animal care and control.
Oh, this is a good night.
This is the appointment.
Yeah, just that those are the appointments forwarded to the council for the establishment of the ACCO, and that two of the members, I believe, have to, the terms have to be staggered, so two of the members will have to start with 2-year terms.
Is there any questions from the council regarding this resolution and the appointments?
Well, I just wanted to commend County Executive Moore for allowing us to, each of our proposals were adopted, our recommendations. So she didn't, I guess, didn't have to do that, but she did.
Comments, questions? No questions. Okay. The next resolution for introduction tonight is Resolution 06-2013. This is a resolution to approve a consent order with Maryland Department of Environment. And we had a briefing by Scott Flanagan earlier today. And for the public information, Mr. Wine, would you give a brief synopsis of what this resolution does?
Very briefly.
Please.
It's like I started to say earlier, it's a culmination of discussions that the previous Board of County Commissioners and Department of Public Works has had with NDE over certain erosion and environmental enforcement issues at the landfill, with the end result being an agreement of a payment of a fine in the amount of $15,000, as well as an agreement between both parties to do an environmental capital project, which is the Mill Lane capital improvement restoration project. That's the gist of the consent order.
For the public's knowledge, the original fine was considered to be $35,000. I think the county commissioners at the time said we don't want to give MDE $35,000. We want the money spent locally. Because it's a remediation, we have to spend 3 times the fine that we would forgive, or they would forgive. There is a project on Mill Lane that would stabilize an old road embankment and what was washed out from a storm many years ago. So the county executive and the Department of Public Works has asked the county council to consider agreeing to this consent order that would allow this matter to be resolved with the penalty of $15,000 in cash and the remediation and establishment of this environmental project on Mill Lane. So this is for consideration tonight and potential passage on February 19th. So any questions, we can ask questions and have any other information provided to us if we choose. Yes, if anyone has any comments or questions about Resolution 06, or any council members have questions or comments about Resolution 06-2013, please speak up.
I would like to see if Mill Lane could be kept on the list, on the state highway roads list, and that it be researched if we can do the remediation of the project where we can incorporate a road at a later date if, just to keep our options open. You know, we're hearing that there's a $35,000 fine, 15,000 of it we're going to pay, 20,000 we have to have a 60,000 project to put towards it, and this is a $140,000 project. And I understand the constituents' concerns that it just seems like an opportunity to take this controversial road off the list. And too many of the citizens in that area have expressed concern of not having good response times. And when roads are out, it adds a great deal, even more to the travel time. So I'd like to ask if there would be a possibility of getting, keeping this on the roads list.
I can inquire.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments on this particular resolution?
Is Mill Lane a state road or a county road?
County road.
So you find it's a state road.
I'm sorry, yeah, it is a county road.
And it's been out of service for 23 years, is that correct?
No, it was Hurricane Floyd, whatever, what was that, 1999, I believe.
Okay, so it's been 14 years.
The road was closed in 1990, the track. It washed out in 1990.
Washed out in 1999.
Yes, sir, you are correct.
Why was it closed?
It was closed because the embankments were deemed to be in bad shape, that the public was at risk using the roadway. And they blocked it on both ends and just left it idle from 1990 to 1999.
And that brings up a good point, Ms. McCarthy. All we ask is that a proper study be done on what is the real cost. When we hear the $3 million cost, you should see the project that they're referring to. That's all they can go back to. We've never had just a road stabilization evaluation.
Okay, we've reached the end of our agenda, and I'd like to have a motion for adjournment.
Move to the adjournment.
Or for a second?
Second.
So moved, meeting is closed.